Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about how artificial intelligence is breaking out of the lab and into the classroom. But not as some kind of teaching assistant, no. We're talking about a full-blown production studio. It's basically putting a powerful video creation suite right into the hands of every educator out there. Okay, let's just jump right in with a number that really sets the stage, 95%. Think about that. Studies showed that's how much of a message learners actually hold on to when they see it in a video. Compare that to just 10% from reading plain old text. That's a massive, massive difference. So you gotta ask, right? If video is that effective, why isn't every single lesson a video? Well, for years, the answer has always been the same. It's just too difficult, way too expensive, and it takes forever. And here you can see that whole problem laid out. On one side, you've got the old way of doing things. It's slow, it costs a ton, and once a video is finally done, good luck trying to change it. But on the other side, well, that's the AI rocket ship. It's fast, it's scalable, and it's so flexible that pretty much anyone can use it. Okay, so let's get into it. To really get a handle on this revolution, you've got to think of it like someone just handed you the keys to a brand new AI-powered production studio. And the very first thing you need to do is get to know your tools. When you first look at all the AI video tools out there, it can feel, well, a little overwhelming, right? There are hundreds of them. But let's just cut through all that noise. It really simplifies down to just two main categories. This table just lays it all out beautifully. So on one side, you have your professional avatar platforms, like Synthesia. Think of these as your super reliable, polished news anchors. They're perfect for corporate training where you need everything to be consistent and professional. And on the other side, that's where you find the creative video generators, like Runway and Sora. These are your Hollywood directors, built for pure innovation and turning a simple line of text into something that looks cinematic. So, you've got your toolkit. Now what? How do you actually use it? Because this isn't about just pushing one magic button. Nope. We're talking about a completely new way of working, a whole new creative workflow. This new workflow is kind of like a four-step process. You start out as the writer, using AI to brainstorm scripts and cool visual ideas. Then you put on your director's hat, generating your cast of avatars and all your B-roll scenes. Next up, you're the editor, stitching it all together in a tool like CapCut. And finally, you're the producer, adding those pro touches like music and captions to make it all shine. And you know what? This quote from a creator on Reddit just hits the nail on the head. The goal isn't to find one single magic app that does everything. It's about being a clever architect, building your own custom workflow by linking together all these specialized tools, letting each one do the job it's best at. Now, this new workflow, it's not just some cool theory on paper. It is already delivering huge, tangible results for educators and corporate trainers right now. So let's look at the actual concrete benefits. Let's start with this number, 25%. What do you think that could possibly be? That is how much faster some corporate training teams have seen their video production time get. They're creating content a full quarter faster, and they're often doing it with flat or even shrinking budgets. That's a massive gain in efficiency. Okay, how about another one? Over 140. And this number, wow, this one is a total game changer for global education. That's the number of languages these platforms can translate your video into, instantly. So a chemistry lesson you film in Chicago on a Monday can be perfectly lip-synced and understood by students in Tokyo, Berlin, and Rio by Tuesday. Just think about that kind of scale for a second. And the perks just keep stacking up. You get instant studio-quality voiceovers. The narration stays perfectly consistent across an entire course. It makes updating your curriculum a matter of minutes, not weeks. It can automatically generate captions to make it more accessible. And it can even take your old PowerPoints and PDFs and just turn them directly into engaging videos. But okay, with all this incredible power, there's a flip side. There always is, right? The very same tools that can build these amazing lessons can also be used to mislead people. So we have to talk about the ethical red flags that pop up when you can generate reality from a simple text prompt. The rise of all this AI-generated media forces every single one of us to ask a really fundamental question. When an AI can create a video that is completely indistinguishable from reality, can we still trust what we see and hear? But here's the crucial thing to remember. For every major ethical problem, the industry is racing to build a solution.
To counter deepfakes, we're seeing advanced detection systems with over 95% accuracy. To fight algorithmic bias, researchers are developing what they call bias pruning techniques. And for things like privacy and copyright, new regulations like the EU AI Act are starting to set some really clear rules of the road.
So this all leads to a simple golden rule for every creator out there. Think of AI as your paintbrush, not your brain. Use it to create powerful, amazing visuals that support your expert narration. The AI provides the illustration. You provide the facts. The ultimate responsibility for truth and context always rests with the human expert. And that really brings us to the main takeaway from all of this. This AI video toolkit isn't here to replace teachers or trainers, not at all. It's here to empower them. It's here to hand them a production studio that makes learning more accessible, more engaging, and more scalable than we ever thought possible. Which leaves us with one final big question to think about. As that line between what's real and what's generated continues to get blurrier and blurrier, how are we, as learners and as educators, going to redefine what authenticity truly means in education?